Hello, everyone, for last-minute commentary dropping in here. I'm Rupert83, and going to do some commentary on this race against narfman and TheHaxor. Sorry for the delay on the commentary. Let me try to get caught up here real quick. Okay, it looks like TheHaxor finished up World 2. I'm sorry, World 1. Excuse me. Getting ahead of myself here. So, narfman's a little bit ahead. He's already in 2-1. A little bit behind him. There's plenty of game left to go, so that doesn't really mean a whole lot at this point. I may be joined by Mitch here in a second. We shall see. TheHaxor not exactly maintaining P speed in 2-1, unfortunately. narfman have a little bit of an issue getting up through the pipe. TheHaxor took a death of 1/6 and killed Boom Boom in the fort. Ooh, that's unfortunate. On to Boom Boom for narfman. No problem. TheHaxor making his way through 2-2. Looks like no problems with that. It can be 2-2 can be a little tricky sometimes. It's not difficult to get off on the timing for some of that.
Hello, Rupert, and how are you today?
Oh, pretty good. How about yourself?
I'm doing pretty good, man. It seems the race has gone off to an okay start.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, TheHaxor losing that big there. That's gonna cause a little bit of problems later, right?
Yeah. Yeah, so yeah, it's a little unfortunate to be in this fortress small. If you even had big, you could damage boost through some of it to save a little bit of time, but not much you can do when you're small.
So I guess in Haxor's position, some options for him is if he wants to sacrifice time in like 2-4, 2-5 to get a mushroom, he would be able to salvage a fire flower for the end. But if he doesn't do that, what are his options?
Let's see. Well, if he doesn't pick up a mushroom in either of those levels, then well, he's gonna have to start World 3 without fire, unless there's one that I'm missing.
He might get one in the pyramid. There's a weird strat for that. It's a little strange, but yeah, he might do that.
Yeah, the one at the very beginning of the level. That's a little tricky to get in there and get that get in and out of there pretty quickly. And
yeah, optimally, yeah, I think it's a little difficult too. But Narfman here is cleaning up kind of nicely. He's got quite the lead right now. With he even got lucky with the Hammer Brother too. That was nice.
Yeah, chat. Someone in chat informed me that Haxor apparently had some issues and 1-6 and had to fight Boom Boom in the World 1 fort. So that seems to be where a lot of the distances come from.
Yeah, so for anyone who doesn't know, I'm Mitch Flower Power, and unfortunately we had to show up late. There's a little commentary issue, but we're here now. All right, everyone calm down. We're having a great time. So I think one of the most crucial things in World 2 is making sure you don't get that extra Hammer Brother. But what do you think? Do you think it's that big of a deal, getting both of them?
If you can manage to skip the one up top in World 5, then you're pretty much gonna come out close to being even on that. But the way this game works, sometimes you don't really have a choice. So
exactly.
But it looks like both players are going to get to skip the music box on World 2.
Have you ever been forced in a situation where there's no way out? You're forced to do 2-5. You have to get the music box. You don't feel like resetting. Yeah,
sometimes they both get right in front of you and they're not going to move out of the way, and that's pretty much it. Especially since you're doing a race, obviously you can't reset here, so you just have to deal with it the best that you can.
Yeah, it gets. But that's what makes it fun, you know. I find that's what makes it fun. Don't be intimidated by the RNG, fellas. Like it's okay.
It's still a fun category, even with the RNG factors.
And again, you don't really have to worry about much RNG until you hit the 52s, 53s, 51s, and stuff.
Looks like Haxor getting ready to hop on the airship here, and Narfman is just about finished with it. I don't know if he goes for fire kills or not. This one's particularly tricky. I don't think he's going to go for that.
No, he's going for it, just not overly optimal, right?
Yeah. That looked like kind of a setup of if he managed to get it, then cool, but he wasn't going to take too many risks with that.
Exactly. It can be really tricky too if you don't get those exact movements at the end of the world. Without going into huge detail, it can just be a nightmare trying to figure out fire kills. And I was talking to Oglib, and I feel that if you don't feel comfortable with your fire kill, you're almost always going to mess it up. At least in my experience, that's how it's been. So he did the right play there. Getting that cloud, that's good.
On to World 3 for Narfman.
Pretty easy stage, not much to it, just a couple A taps. You want to do the little trick, skipping the level there. I didn't know about that when I was a kid, but cool to know about now. Haxor playing it safe there with the boss. He might not know what pattern he's getting, so he just says, I'm just gonna stomp on him.
Yeah. Narfman, will he go for Fast 3-2? Looks like no. Looks like he's not going to try that.
Not a bad idea, though. I mean, really, really weird.
Almost consider it a win if you just make it through the stage without taking a hit at all. So. Right?
And you know what? It's kind of annoying when you go for P-Speed and you don't get it because you sat at the beginning of the stage wasting more time.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was looking at it. I think Haxor is behind by about a minute. So there's definitely a lot of things in the run that can really catch him up there with it. The hands being one of them. We all know about that.
Oh, and Narfman gotta be a little careful here.
Almost keeping that P speed.
Yeah. Yeah, he made a couple of extra jumps, still maintaining the P speed, which kind of surprised me a little bit.
Yeah. There's some situation where the P speed is just really weird.
Haxor is going to go for P speed. We'll see if he gets it. Probably not. No.
No. So, is that P speed frame dependent? Do you think? Do you think there's some subpixels involved? Like if you get a wrong frame rule on your P meter, do you think it won't work, or do you think you can get it pretty consistent?
It seems. I'm not sure as far as that goes. As far as when I attempt to do it, I usually feel like it's more just execution rather than luck to an. Oh, got a switcheroo here.
Yeah, a little too late though. I was, man, I got nervous there for a second. I mean, I was listening to you, but oh my gosh, that took me. Yeah, so that feels pretty consistent. But what just happened there, guys, was if the Hammer Brothers switch, you can potentially hope to get Runaway Bro in a weird way. If the right Hammer Brother runs away, you can. Oh my gosh, that is so close too. Hacks are getting weird movements too. This is weird.
Nobody went for third door. That's unfortunate. I wouldn't expect too many. I wouldn't expect too many people to go for that.
You would, Rupert. You would. I was trying to be converted to go for door 3 even at SGDQ, and I was like, no way. I'm not good for that. Did we get the switch?
Oh, they did.
We got in the way. That is crazy luck. So this should be the star for him, right?
Yep.
Wow. So if he gets Runaway Bro here, that's kind of ugh.
Oh no. Then there it goes.
Is that the first Runaway Bro we've had in this tournament?
No, it's not.
Like official Runaway Bro. Like I know Chuck got one, but it came back.
I've seen a few races, and I think I commentated on 1 or 2 where they got a Runaway Bro and it did not come back.
How do you feel about Runaway Bro if it happens to you in a tournament? Do you feel like you should damage boost? Do you feel like you should die? Do you feel like you should just beat the auto scroller to keep fire?
Pretty much what I do. I just take a death in 3-6 and then just cloud back over and hope that the Hammer Brother doesn't come back across. I have had that happen a few times, which is it's infuriating enough if he runs away, but then if you take the death on 3-6 and then it comes back and you have to do it again, then
yeah.
I don't see that happen.
Gets weird.
Yeah, I don't see that happen a lot, but I have seen it happen. It's happened to me a few times as well.
Yeah, I've definitely seen it. I'm just like, oh, well, that's a reset. But in a race, that would, whew, I'd dot forfeit.
I know Horstad was having a lot of really bad luck with the Runaway Bro a while back.
Like during his runs?
Yeah.
Yeah. Not in those 52s earlier in the tournament, though, I can tell you that much. Knocking all those 52s out there.
So Haxor elected to actually do the auto-scroller.
He gets to skip the Hammer Brother, and he still has his Cloud. And Fire Flowers, so kind of got lucky there on that end.
So in this situation, what level would he use the Cloud to skip, since he had managed to keep it?
I think the best stages are 4-4 and possibly 5-2, if I remember correctly.
I personally would probably lean towards skipping 4-4. 5-2 isn't usually that big of a deal, but 4-4 can be a huge pain sometimes.
Yeah. Now, I'm applying that concept to how we routed all forts. I don't think there's a huge amount of extra levels in Warpless compared to the all forts, so I think those levels would still stick. I mean, you could do the double Cloud and Cloud 7 Fort 2 and 8 Fort, right? I think, because you can't skip those in all forts, so those actually might be the better places to Cloud.
Yeah, possibly so. Unfortunately, Haxor lost his fire at the end of the level, but looks like he's going to go on toward the airship.
And that was interesting to see. You don't really see that much. The Hammer Brother was stuck between a beaten level and a space he can't cross. So when they're in that situation, they can't move at all. So there's no way for them to move. It's pretty interesting to see.
Narfman did not quite get the P-Speed for 4-1.
I've always had trouble with that P-Speed. Without the shell grab, that one's rough.
So since Haxor has no fire, he's going to have to stomp on Wendy, and hopefully they won't give him too many issues. If you can get the timing down correctly, she's not too bad. If you can stomp on her before she starts throwing additional rings, but once she gets 2 or 3 rings moving around in the room, it can get a little cumbersome at that point.
Agreed. And the good thing right now too is he's got a tail, so it's kind of like he has armor, right? He can take one piece of damage, hopefully.
Yeah, so he in a way kind of has a free hit here.
Yeah.
Oh, and
thing is... Oh, go ahead.
Narfman landed just a little short of the Buzzy Beetle and lost his fire, unfortunately.
I hate when that happens.
Oh, and Narfman came up just a little short.
The pause strats, oh crap, I just realized what I did. That gives Haxor a little bit of an edge now, because so whenever you die in Mario 3, it's not as simple as, oh, I died, it's 3 seconds or a 10-second death. It depends on where you died in the level too. So that's definitely, I'd say, a 20-second time loss, maybe even more.
Oh, and he doesn't get the P-Speed at the beginning either, and I don't know. Yeah. He's probably just going to try to complete the level without really regaining it.
I mean, that's all you can do, right? I haven't really tested slide strats or anything. I wonder if that's always an option.
I haven't really messed around with that much myself.
It's because it looks so good with P-Speed that we say either P-Speed or nothing.
Haxor does get the P-Speed strat on 4-1. He used the shell grab method, but he did get that.
Nice movement of 1 there.
On to 4-4 for Narfman. He's going to try to jump up top here, most likely, and get some P-Speed and make a big jump. He didn't quite get the P-Speed, but he did get the skip up top.
Did get the jump, yeah. There's nothing worse than not making that jump.
That was close.
So the interesting thing with the way the mechanics work for Lakitu is he is based on your position, so if you can manage to do that level the exact same way every single time in a manner that's comfortable for you, you should be able to do that level at ease every time, but it's incredibly difficult to do the same thing all the time. And Lakitu works kind of like a magnet. He's always attracted to you, and if you're really far from him, he'll gain a lot of speed to catch up, and that's where he gets you. Beautiful P-Speed strats for both of them right there.
Nice 4-3 for Haxor.
Very nice backup there for Narfman.
Yeah, Narfman electing to put the Hammer Bros to sleep, so it looks like he will pick up the items he wants in World 5. Which will probably just be the P-Wing. I don't know that he'll try to go for the star. Oh no!
The donuts. Haxor, he got the beautiful P-Speed. Now that is not easy to get. Let's get the super swim there a little bit. Not a huge super swim, but a little one.
So Narfman will be moving on to the World 4 airship. He's not going to be able to pick up fire since there is no fire flower in the airship. So he probably won't pick up fire again until 5-7, unless he decides to pick up that really slow one in 5-2.
Yeah, there could be a 5-2-1 or a 5-7. It all depends. I mean, you're really not losing much time if you get it in 5-7 compared to 5-2, but I guess it's all about how the runner feels. TheHaxor making a big gamble here. The Hammer Brother's down by level 5 in World 4. He put them to sleep after 4-4, so if the Hammer Brother moves up after this level, then his music box is pretty much wasted. It's very scary. I personally would have done level 5. I would have sacrificed the 4 seconds to ensure that I didn't get unlucky. Very risky.
TheHaxor were doing pretty well with the peace speed strat in the fort. He decided not to stop and pick up the flower. So
yeah, that's strange too. I didn't even realize that the flower list strats there. I guess he might be watching, right? He might be saying, you know what? I need to just get my peace speed. Need to get out of here. Need to make this work.
TheHaxor making up a bit of ground here compared to where he was at the beginning of the world.
Well, they're both on the airship at the same time. That's good.
For those of you watching, if you need a drink or something, now would probably be the time to do that.
Do you know how long this airship is, Rupert?
I feel like it's around 2 minutes.
2 minutes. Yeah. Do you, when you do runs of this game, do you have your own weird timing cues, like when you press A on a certain spot, or when you get to a certain world how much time you have left until you start losing time without even using your natural splits?
Not necessarily. I mean, I guess there's a few worlds where I kind of know that a little bit. Yeah, like for World 7 and World 8, like when I start the airship, like I know both of them take roughly about 2 minutes, so I can, before I even start the airship, I can have a pretty good idea of where I'm going to be.
Cool. So you can kind of like gauge it out, and you're like, okay, I might save 5 seconds, I might save, and you kind of get yourself mentally ready for the next world, right? Without having to worry about, a surprise split or something. Very interesting.
What is the longest non-auto scroller in RTA?
The longest non-auto scroller level?
I think that's what he's asking. Do you know? I don't actually know.
For speedrunning sense, I want to say 7.5, but if you do clips, it's not really that long. I have to think about that one. Narfman doing a... Ooh. Just as I go to say, Narfman doing a clean, the fall there, that's scary. I mean, 8 fort is very long. 8 fort's pretty long. Sorry, now you got me thinking about that.
It's an intriguing question.
Right?
I've never really thought about that before.
Certainly not 5.9. We know, or 5.8. We know it's not 5.8. So he's about 2 levels ahead, right?
Let's see. Narfman just finished 5-2, so maybe a level and a half.
Yeah, and Narfman's getting set up right now to kind of not get lucky here. He needs to get lucky. He only wants to fight one bro, right?
Yeah. He wants the P-Wing, but he most likely does not want the star unless he's wanting an insurance policy.
Yeah, and TheHaxor, as we were just saying, that gets he got the unlucky movement there. They switched on him. Very scary stuff. But still salvageable. Sam brothers are weird.
And good to see that both players made it through 5-2 without falling to the bottom. Unfortunately, I kind of froze for a second, and I fell to the bottom in my race against Chuck the other day. So that's it is a huge time loss if you end up in the bottom of 5-2.
The pit of doom. The pit of doom. Not getting lucky, narfman. So, insurance policy or not, that's still, compared to someone who does get lucky, that's still pretty close to about 11 seconds, maybe 12. Time loss, would you say?
Something like that.
Yeah.
So TheHaxor picks up the P-Wing. He immediately picks that up, and we'll see if he attempts to skip. Well, he's probably not going to get that chance to skip the Star Bro.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on doing level 3 there instead of the Fortress? Because that would ensure that he wouldn't get the extra. His Fortress is so quick, right? I don't think that's a good idea.
As far as I probably wouldn't do 5-3 over picking up the extra bro, especially for those who aren't used to running that level. It's kind of an awkward level anyway, and you got to run left for part of it.
No left. That was the smart play there by narfman. He got an extra coin, so he avoided coin ship. Now, his 10 digits might not have lined up for him to get a coin ship, but he's still aware of the coin ship, which is something you really need to keep thinking about in Warpless runs.
The coin ships, coin ships can appear in worlds 1, 3, 5, and 6. So there's just one more world left to go where the players actually have to worry about that. And basically, just quickly on how that happens is your coin count when you finish a stage has to be a multiple of 11, and also your tens digit has to be that same digit of the multiple. So, like, say if they had 11 coins and the tens digit was a 1, they would get the coin chip.
I thought Mario was just holding over and pressing jump. There's so much more to it. I think 5-4 is one of the more scary stages, in my opinion, in this speedrun, because any missed input, any mess up, any mental, a mental fart or anything, that's it. It's a death instantly. Free mushroom here. TheHaxor should be able to get. narfman cleaning up nicely. He's doing pretty good here. Ooh, no clip. Come on now.
It's only a death if you miss it, and the loss of all of your powers. No big deal.
I never go for it. I'm too scared.
Yeah, I feel like trying the clip in 5F2 is one of those like super desperate attempts to save your run type strats. Like I feel like you don't really see, unless people are just going for it just for the heck of it. But
yeah, I've definitely done it to, like, if my World 5's going awesome but it's not good enough and I got an extra bro or something, I'm like, okay, maybe this won't make the time loss so bad if I get it, and I'll just reset if I don't.
Yeah. narfman unfortunately didn't get the duck jump at the end of the level, which you have to do to avoid getting hit there at the very end.
Yeah, it's hard for these two runners right now. Every time they keep getting fire, they're losing it. And I think it's got to be a little discouraging, because most runners know how important it is to keep your fire flower, and whenever you lose it, it does turn into very big time losses. So it's got to be, it's a little mentally straining when this game's not cooperating like that, and it happens a lot.
TheHaxor was practicing the clip before the race.
Yeah, he's even got a Twitch VOD of him getting it after saying, there's no point in going for it, and then he just got it. Take that, Nintendo Power.
Yeah, right. TheHaxor does a very nice job on 5-8.
Ooh, the risky strats there, ducking right under that cannonball too.
Oh no, and narfman
hitboxed.
Yeah, mistimes that jump just a little bit.
Okay, so now this is very interesting, because sometimes you can go through the bosses when jumping on them. So this is a very scary situation right now. got 1, 2.
And okay,
right.
looks like he's okay.
Oh man, I think I did it twice in one run last week. I jumped on in the same run 2 different bosses, World 4 and World, I think 6 or 5 or something. I just went right through them. It's like, what happened?
Yeah. World 4 seems to be kind of bad for that. That one seems to happen to me more than any of the other the bosses is the one for World 4.
Yeah.
So, a little bit of an interesting situation for Narfman. Normally, players like to have fire and or the tail going into the fortress so that they can damage boost on the spikes, but unfortunately, Narfman's not gonna have that option here. So he is either going to have to ride the platform all the way across or be able to damage boost just a small part of it, which is still pretty risky. So TheHaxor can definitely save some time here, assuming he makes it to that portion with no hits.
Yeah, I agree.
If he was big here, he could pick up the tail and still pretty much be okay. Oh no!
Oh,
Got sniped by the Potoboo there.
Yeah, I don't even know how much of a time difference it is from the elevator. I just think we all know it's a lot, so we don't even care to time it. We just know it's like what do you guys call this? The elevator of shame?
The ride of shame.
The ride of shame.
What it's called.
We get to listen to some tunes, you know, look at some Gray. But hopefully he goes for the star kill here, right? Which is a nice kill. Oh, TheHaxor whoa. Accidental 6-1 is this?
Did he not get the hammer in World 3?
Oh no, he didn't because they switched, remember?
Yeah,
he
totally switched.
Forgot.
Oh no. I didn't even think about that.
I forgot. I just thought it was the star. Normal runaway, right? But no. But does he still have the cloud though?
I think he does, as far as I know.
I think someone should let him know he still has a cloud.
That was just such a weird situation that I'm not used to players making it to World 6 and they're short a hammer. So I wasn't even thinking about that.
Yeah, I spaced that. I thought he accidentally went in, because didn't that happen once in this tournament already? Somebody had already accidentally gone into... Ooh, that
maybe so. Narfman on to
catching up a bit there too.
Yeah, Narfman on to 6-5. We'll see if he goes for the. Oh, that's not good.
Now there's something weird about this level. Do you want to explain to everyone what's so interesting about this level?
As far as the strat, as far as getting through the level.
Yeah, definitely. The what's interesting about it. What we all remember as kids was never possible.
So there's a despawn strat that you can actually do on this level. I don't know exactly what you have to do to get it. You can probably explain that better than I can, since I haven't admittedly learned that yet. But you can despawn one of the nippers, and so that you don't have to take a shell up there.
Yeah. So essentially, what you do is you override the NES's capacity by putting too many sprites on the screen, so whenever the game is supposed to load more enemies on screen, it says, no, there's already the max amount of enemies on screen right now, or objects, and it doesn't spawn the nippers, which is very... So you do that by lagging the game so much, by having too many things on screen, and if you do it just right, you can despawn those nippers, not having to do the whole maze thing. I got lost in that level for hours as a kid. I didn't know where I was going.
I've always hated that level.
Yeah. So TheHaxor, I think he's gonna try and pull it off here. I've seen him do it, so we'll see how it goes. He got it.
And he got it. Nice job. Narfman losing his peace feed there right at the end of the level, but it looks like he made it through okay otherwise. TheHaxor, we'll see if he gets to skip the other bro. Depends on which way it moves. Typically, it feels like, in my experience, when you're in this situation, the other one comes right for you, and which is the case here.
That's unlucky. So, I think you can agree with me. If there's one world where you are somewhat okay with getting the extra Hammer Brother, it's World 6, because you end up getting them all, and there's so many levels after the last Hammer Brother that you don't lose that much time because of all the no movements, right?
Yeah, I'll agree with that.
Because in most worlds, you don't even want to get them all, right? So even if you get an extra one, there's still another one running around.
Yeah. But yeah, so there's like, once you get past that section, you've got, let's see, what, 4 more levels that you have to go through. So that will save you a bit of time on the movements. Yeah. Also, in a race situation, sometimes some players like to have an extra star in case something goes wrong and they need an extra one or something. You know, maybe
that's good play.
Yeah, maybe they want to use it to make 8-1 a little easier or something like that. So,
if I do get an extra star during my runs or races, I will definitely use it on 8-1, 8-4. You know, if I get really desperate, 7-4, even 7-8. Like those levels are tough. Like World 8, some levels in World 7 are harder than World 8. So definitely the extra power helps.
Narfman onto the World 6 airship. We'll see if he goes for the swag clip here. It's honestly it's pretty useless, but it's cool to see.
Mm-hmm.
Like you get 0 benefit from it. Is he going to try it? Oh, he got it.
Oh, he got it. Nice. I'd say there's a little less pressure to do it. You just get to kind of stand there. Ooh, going for the clip there, missing it.
Yeah, you get a break for what, about 10-15 seconds or something like that, I guess. But there's no time save at all to that since it is an auto scroller. But it's always cool to see that.
So coming up soon is the worst level in the game, the worst part of Warpless.
So let's go ahead and start taking guesses on how many tries it's going to take for Narfman to clip through the wall in 7-1.
How many do you think?
I'll go 3. I'll go 3rd try.
I hate that level, so I'm gonna go solid 8. I don't think that level likes anyone. And for anyone who doesn't know, if you stay on top of that little pipe section when you go for the clip, each attempt is 2 seconds, right? So if he takes 8 attempts, it took him 16 seconds to get it. But you don't count the first one because you're always gonna do 1 attempt, right? So
right,
about 2 seconds an attempt. So if you take 15 tries, oh boy. First try, come on, baby. Ooh. 3rd try, Rupert.
3rd try.
You want to do my bingo cards too?
Sure.
My lottery tickets?
That's the first one I've got correct on all the races I've commentated so far for this. So.
All right. Well, since Haxor's almost there, do you want to guess one more time?
I'll do 4 for him.
Ooh, changing up a bit. I feel like I should say 4 too, but I can't. I can't change. I got to stick with the 8. The 8 won't fail me.
Narfman makes it across the huge gap for 7-2. That's very important to make it across that gap with P-Speed. If you don't, then you have to hit the music blocks and go and backtrack, and it wastes a lot of time. So nice job by Narfman.
I'm glad you said that. It is a very important P-Speed. Big time losses if you miss it or mess it up, and it's not overly hard to mess it up.
All right, Haxor, let's see him go for 7-1 here.
Ooh, Narfman. Three. Oh, I thought he was gonna get it too on 4. 5. 6. 7. Come on, 8. Don't let me. Oh man! Now I know 7-1 is mildly luck based depending on pixels, but I've watched Haxor a lot, and for some reason it just I don't know, that level does not like him more than most people.
Yeah. In this tournament, I've seen 7-1 completely make things different as far as the race goes.
Remember Chuck's race?
I raced Chuck. When I raced Chuck the other night, apparently he spent a very long time trying to get through it, and he finally just played the level.
And he had to do the level. That was insane.
Yeah. Haxor didn't get the P speed with the star. He's trying to build up some P speed here so that he can make it through the level. He's going to have to damage boost here to maintain his P speed. And
do you think what he did was faster there? Do you think it could have been slower?
As compared to actually doing like the music blocks and having to backtrack.
Yeah, kind of just like, you know, being like, okay, this didn't work, let's just get through the level as fast as... Because we all know how to beat the level, right?
Right, yeah. I feel like, I guess as much time as he struggled to get P-Speed back up, then I feel like there probably wouldn't be a huge time difference between those two. Because they did have a little trouble with building up the P-Speed. And Haxor having a little bit of a weird beginning to 7-3.
Yeah.
Narfman,
he's on one of the hardest levels, I think.
Yeah. Did he do 7-9? I actually didn't notice.
No, he clouded. So it's very scary for him right now.
Yeah. So this level is very important that you don't take a death here, because if you do, you'll have to go back and play both the levels.
I think he made it through. I'm gonna take a look at Haxor's box here, see if he's got extra clouds. Looks like he does. I saw 2 clouds there. So, would you do combo here, Cloud 79742 music box, and just get out?
I probably would, actually.
That's a nice combo. That's like randomizer combo.
I would be very happy to be able to skip both those levels in a run. Haxor just P-winging over 7-6. 7-6 like 7-1. If you need to, you can actually clip through the wall on it as well. It's always faster to actually P-wing over the level, but if for some reason you're actually short a P-wing, you can clip through that.
I know. If I know Haxor, I'm pretty sure he's going for hammer suit strats.
Oh, that's right. He does do that, doesn't he?
Yes.
Oh, and he missed the jump there.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, guys. Don't get too invested. I mean, these tournaments can really bring out the best in some runners. I mean, when you're sitting at home doing runs at your own pace, runs can be pretty easy sometimes. But once you're starting a competition, it gets a lot harder.
So there's the hammer suit for Haxor.
Nicely done. I'm hoping to see a combo. I don't know what you do.
Yeah, let's see what happens here. And he is playing 7-9, so I'm guessing. Oh, that was a little close to the Goomba. I wonder if he didn't think about this situation, or if he's just maybe going to use it for the 8 fort.
Yeah. Maybe 8-2. Maybe he's not feeling good about the sun, right? That sun level is broken dreams.
Yeah.
If you can't get it right.
Narfman starting the Ludwig fight here. And there's a cloud in the music box.
Little combo there. Alright, well, I think he knows of the cloud. I think that was a conscious decision on his part. I think he said, you know what, I'm not feeling comfortable with one of the levels in World 8. We don't know which one, but I think he definitely knows with the cloud.
Okay. Do you want me to run the hands guessing game?
Yes, definitely. Very fun game. We do it between both of them. It's almost your guys' chance to guess. Rupert will let us know when to start, but essentially what you do is you guess how many hands you think both of them are going to get combined. Am I right?
Yeah, total, it is. So
total hands.
Yeah, what you're guessing is the total number of hands combined for both players, and also hands count if they die and have to do like a hand over again. So basically, I will end this the guessing when Narfman gets into the transition pipe between the two, or the transition pipe before you get to the hand levels.
Yeah.
So go ahead and get your guesses in now.
So what are you guessing there, Rupert? What do you You're the guessing master. I need to base my guess around what you're guessing, so I need to get my info first before I start guessing numbers.
I'm 50-50 so far today, so I'll go with 4.
4, okay. I was thinking about 2. The 9, because you gotta take into effect the 99.9% chance of hand 1. That, you know, everyone's gonna get that one, of course.
Yeah.
So I think I'm gonna go with 2 there. 2's not bad. Ooh, that's a hefty amount of lag there.
So, Trickman is asking, so it could be more than 6 hands? Yes, it could be. It could potentially be that. I wouldn't necessarily anticipate that for runners of this level, or this, you know, this caliber. But I guess never say never.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, technically, it could be anything, right? I mean, keep getting hands and getting game over. TheHaxor finishing up nicely. So, the first tank brigade is a very long auto scroller. It doesn't seem like it because, you know, you're always like, yeah, passing the time, getting through it. But it is one of the longest auto scrollers too, right?
I believe so. Yeah, that one is pretty long.
What do you think was going on in their minds when they said, you know what, we get to World 8, let's just bombard them with a whole bunch of, you know, crazy stuff?
I'm not entirely sure. I mean, I don't always understand their intentions. I mean, like, actually, honestly, my biggest issue is 7-4. I'd take more issue with 7-4 than I do these the tank and the Navy auto scrollers.
Yeah, I don't mind them either. I mean, but I can understand people who do, right? A lot of it, you know, I've convinced myself that maybe Nintendo did this because it makes the game seem longer, but the game's already so long, right? The game's so long. They were nice enough to eliminate these once you beat them, even if you get a game over, so that's cool.
Yeah.
Oh, the little playground there.
Boat swag for Narfman. Okay, so I'm getting ready to stop the guessing game here.
We had keyboard confirmation right there. That was amazing. Alright. Only one Narf. Or none. TheHaxor 2 could be the other way around. Ooh, middle hand, which is arguably the faster one, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, typically most players will say that if they get one hand, if they have to get one hand, it'll be this one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it looks like 2 hands currently for Narfman.
Alright, so my number's maxed already. Go TheHaxor, no hands. So dying here for Narfman would suck too, right? Because or actually no, because he would be sad. He would get another try at getting no hand here, right?
Yeah, he could. Yeah, if he took a death there, he would have a 50-50 chance of actually being able to skip that hand. So, if say if he died early on in that level, that could potentially work out for him. But you don't see a lot of instances of where players will try that intentionally to try to get the skip the hand.
Yeah, maybe a weird situation where you somehow have a fire flower in your inventory, kinda, I guess, right? Something weird like that.
Yeah, potentially something like that. But I don't feel like you would get a. Let's see. I don't think there's any way to get a flower in your inventory unless you went to a mushroom house or you picked up one from the card game.
Yeah, exactly.
Narfman playing the Air Force. A lot of people find this one pretty difficult because of the speed of it.
This is definitely save a P-wing for World 8 level. So with the run being this far, Rupert, what do you think could really turn this around? Like, is there an opportunity for Haxor to get the lead and take this home?
Well, first of all, Haxor needs to get 0 hands at this point.
Definitely.
Of course, Narfman's going into 8-1 and 8-2, which are not trivial levels at all, and I've seen many bad things happen with these levels. So, ooh, nice kill from Haxor. Ooh, and he lost his fire, and yeah, things can start going poorly pretty quickly on these levels. But it looks like Narfman's made it through.
Yeah, in my mind, all I say to myself is, just don't die. It's okay. You can pick up another fire flower, just don't die.
Okay, so that's 3 hands so far, because Haxor's got the middle hand. We'll see if he gets to skip one.
Would you say 4?
I guessed 4, yeah.
It's gonna be 4.
And Narfman gonna play it safe.
Rupert, the guessing master. Good.
Narfman playing it safe, going up the hill. Makes the jump there with the angry sun. So I will put the correct answer once Haxor starts 8-1, just in case. Also to prevent spoilers as well.
Ooh, almost landed on that wrench. The hammer suit is a very tricky thing because the amount of time it takes to get the hammer suit, you really need to keep it all through World 8 for it to even have its benefits. So any slip up, very bad.
Nice 1 cycle for Narfman. Also, I totally forgot about the fact that Haxor can skip the fort or whichever level he decides to skip.
That is true. So maybe a death in Bowser's Castle could help him out here.
Yeah, that could definitely help him out. I don't know if it would be enough. I guess that also depends on where it happened as well, which usually the 2 biggest risks as far as deaths on Bowser's Castle would be in the room where you have to climb the donut lifts, and then the room right before you enter the room where Bowser is. So,
yeah,
looks like Haxor's going to play 8-1. And oh no! And Haxor loses his hammer suit. Hopefully we'll get P-speed here, and he got it, but he didn't quite make the jump on the Koopa to be able to maintain it. So looks like he's gonna play it safe here.
And this is, ladies and gentlemen, this is exactly what Rupert was talking about earlier. These levels, man, one thing goes wrong, everything starts crumbling. Oh, okay,
so
8-2.
He's skipped 8-2. So on to Bowser's Castle for Narfman. Tried for the clip, didn't get it.
Scary stairs, gets it. First try clip, nice, good to see that.
Narfman missed the jump on the last donut lift and kind of went down to the bottom. He's trying to get back up there now, and it looks like he's got it.
There you go. Now this room's pretty stressful at the end of your run with P-speed, trying to keep it there.
looks like Narfman didn't put a lot of effort in being concerned about P-speed for that. So we'll see if he gets the fire kill. Good setup. And he's got gotta be careful here. Yeah, it looks like he's got it.
There we go. That was scary.
So GG to Narfman.
GG, congrats.
Yep, GG to Narfman. His SRL time is a 56:49. Let me mark him as done.
Right on. You got it open?
And we will see if Narfman would like to join us for a post-race interview while we watch TheHaxor finish up his run.
Hopefully he does the patented oglib here. Or has he already passed it?
But this is the level for it. Looks like he's mostly done that. Hopefully you made oglib proud.
Yep.
I can't remember all of the words to specify the strat, but it's the patented oglib super tank day-1 affiliate with a vengeance, etc., etc. Sorry, oglib, I don't remember all of it.
Of course, it's still pending.
See if TheHaxor gets the clip. Oh, he gets it. Very nice. The world-famous patented day-1 affiliate all-glib super tank strat, TM. I'm pretty sure he added with a vengeance in there as well.
He's adding new stuff. Very beautiful piece. Ooh, close, close.
Hello, world.
Yeah, nice, man. How's it going?
Yo, what's up, everybody? Yeah, first of all, thanks you two for jumping in last minute. But wow, that was an emotional roller coaster. All those little, so many little mistakes, and a lot of big ones too. But wow, we made it, I guess.
I was talking about how emotional it had to have been for you guys, because every time both of you got like a fire flower, it was lost within like a level or two, and that just had to have been frustrating at some points.
Yeah, for sure. It really just compounds. Every little error, it looks kind of trivial, and you think, oh, that's 5 seconds, that's 7 seconds. But in the context of a race, and especially a tournament, it just adds up so fast, and it gets under your skin. At least it did for me tonight. So yeah, that was tricky.
Brought it home though, right? Brought it home. Sometimes the hardest part is just getting the run over with, and making it to the end.
Yeah, for sure. All the mind games that we play with ourselves, Super Mario is not excluded from that.
Just really quickly, TheHaxor finished up with a 58:49. According to SRL, we'll see if he's going to join us here as well for a post-race interview. Oh, he's already in here.
There he is. There's the man.
What's going on, guys?
What's going on, TheHaxor? You almost held the hammer suit the whole time.
Yeah, I mean, that would have been a nice consolation prize for just what happened in that run.
Yeah.
Just absolutely awful. Like, I didn't realize that... I forgot that they switched, and I didn't realize
Neither did we! Neither did we! We were like, why did he go to 6-1? What the heck? And then we were like, he got runaway, bro, but the task switch. Like, what?
Yep. Yeah, like, so, and then I had to fight the other bro, too. Just, like, skip him, either, so that sucked.
It was a nightmare, yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah, so I should have played 4-4-1, and as soon as I used the hammer, I was like, oh no, I need to play 4-4-1. I'm like, I don't have another hammer. I'm like, where's my other hammer? I'm like, oh no, they switched.
When did you realize you still had that extra cloud?
I knew I had it the whole time. I was going to cloud 8 for it, but just didn't work out.
7-2 is small Mario. You can't damage boost, you can't do anything, so you just figured, you know what, I'm just going to get rid of this level. It's going to cost you more time anyways.
Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah, I was planning to use it on 8 for it just because I think it's the longest stage in the game from World 3, if I recall. That you can
we were talking about that, Rupert? We weren't sure.
Yeah, we weren't sure about that, actually.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure either, but I know if it's not the longest, it's dang close.
Narfman, so overall, how do you feel about your run in terms of performance combined with RNG?
Yeah, for sure. I think the RNG was mostly favorable to me, so no runaway. Two hands, But all things considered, it wasn't so bad. I only had a few extra hammer bros. I want to say it was like 2, not really sure. Yeah, it's all just execution. I think I just got to practice stuff a little more, especially the fire kills on bosses, which I totally didn't practice any auto scrollers at all leading up to this. Yeah, I feel good about the end time, however, but I would like to see it pushed down a little less. I want to say that my next opponent, correct me if I'm wrong, might be Booba, who like just got some crazy sick PB of possibly like a 52 or 53. Ooh. I'm gonna have to step up my game there.
Now, I was talking about how races can kind of change how you play sometimes. Do you feel like you would have got a better time if you did this exact race at home, comfortable in your own environment without the pressure of a race? Do you think you would have beat this time, your 46 or 56-46?
Yeah, for sure. One easy gimme that I can say as an example to that is just pulling up the Twitch on the side and just seeing like what's the status of everything. Throwing in my little, oh no, I don't know what I did in that level, and then seeing HaxorR. Like we're both in the chat talking to each other, and then I'm talking on Twitch like just a little bit. So that's a huge distraction alone. Also with the comfort of potentially restarting if anything remotely goes wrong, like World 4, for sure I would have restarted there normally. So yeah, the stress definitely compounds significantly more than just chill runs at home.
I wanted that clarification too, because like I feel the same too. It doesn't even matter who I'm racing. Like as soon as I press that power button, start the timer, it's like a little bit of nerves just come over me. It doesn't matter the situation, it just happens, right?
Yeah, for sure. I think last time I raced against Cujo, so he's like, I think he was seeded 2 or something, and I think I died level 1-1, like so fast. I was like, man, it's just GG. Like this is a terrible way to. It tainted the race, right? For like 10,
it
15
does.
minutes.
Now, I think you did that in our first race too. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's okay. How do you feel about in terms of like RNG versus performance? I don't think you should be as hard on yourself. Well, like hopefully you're not. I don't know if you are for sure, but what you had to deal with, I think, in some circumstances are not natural. Rupert and I were even talking about like when does that even happen? The task switch, but the wrong one, but you still don't get it. Like when does that happen in World 3, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not that unhappy with the run. I do think I still could have ran like a 57 or a 56 with that bad RNG. I don't know what's going on in my World 1 in races. It's just it's been bad every time. I mean, not even one of them has been close to good. So, yeah,
they're all like 350s and 340s. Yeah, you had to do boom boom, and you didn't get 1-6. Right?
Yeah, exactly. I died in 1-6. I actually lost a minute in World 1. So. But I actually think I played pretty well in the mid section of the game, and then I think I played pretty well in World 8 as well. Just a few hiccups unfortunately screwed me up, but overall I think I played well in that world.
Yeah, there in the middle of the game, like worlds 4 and 5, you were making up some ground there, but unfortunately I think that there was a fairly significant setback where you were short a hammer and you had to play 6-1, and I think you played 6-3, I believe, if I remember correctly.
Yes, I played 6-3. Isn't 6-2 like an auto scroller or something?
Yeah, 6-2 is, and both of us had actually forgot that you were short a hammer, and you played 6-1. I was like, what is he doing in 6-1? And then oh wait, he's short a hammer. So.
Yeah, I kind of figured that might confuse people why I was doing that. But yeah, if I'd have played 4-4-1, I think I would have only lost like 30 seconds overall doing it that way instead of I probably lost almost a minute playing those 2 stages.
Yeah, that probably sounds about right. I don't know exactly about that for sure, but
yeah, I actually. I had to play that for it earlier, so like I was comfortable playing it. I played it earlier today. I had an early hammer run that was on like a 52-minute pace, and then I did the swag clip in the World 6 airship early and died there, and the run was over.
Oh yeah, that can happen too. I'm always scared about that. You can definitely do the clip early and it squishes you, right?
Yep, that's exactly what happened. I'm like, no, this was a 52 pace run with no hands.
Man, you got me really intrigued now for being like the most wholesome game ever. It seems like there's a lot of drama between the two of us. I'm gonna have to look back at what happened in your run, man.
Yeah, for you too, man. I heard you had trouble in 4-3, and you mentioned it in IRC that you died, and then I think 6-4-1. I kind of wondered what happened there too. I died my first race there, so, but that death was like the strangest death I've ever seen in my life.
Well, and then I died in 4-4-2. Yeah, just like numerous uncountable deaths. Just so silly too. Yeah,
my World 4 was actually really, really good. I think I hit speed strats on every stage. I just didn't have Fire Flower.
All right, well, guys, I think you put on a good show. I think it was a good race, and I think we're gonna slowly close it down now, Rupert.
Just a thing or two. So Narfman, it looks like you will indeed be moving on to play Booba for the next round. And so that's thoughts on that, because that's going to be a pretty difficult or a pretty tough matchup, I feel like. So
yeah, for sure. He's been really consistently delivering in the weeklies Tuesday night. So that'll be really challenging for me. I will practice, but I also have little baby calling my name here and there, so we'll see how that rolls.
And then the winner of that match will play me, actually. And that's about as far as we can see on the schedule on that section of the bracket. So I feel like whoever I face next will be a tough matchup for sure. But it'll be interesting to watch that. Is there anything that you're planning on working on, or just try to become more consistent, or any general thing that you're looking at as far as preparing for your next race?
Yeah, for sure. I think I had a few rare cascading failures. I do think consistency. I do think ending airship fire kills. And I wrote down, I think there are like 5 levels that I just have no P-speed strat. So I'm going to approach those levels. Some of them should be pretty low-hanging fruit, like 4-1, for example. I've just never done it, never tried it. So some easy
Team
stuff.
Shell strats. Team Shell strats.
Yeah, I just want to say congrats, man, on the win. I'm really happy for you, actually, because I know you haven't been able to practice much due to having the baby, and congrats with that, too. Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, I'm not moving on, but I'll be still doing some commentary, so I'll be around.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks, man. Thanks so much. You're awesome, GG. Hope it goes well for you.
Thanks, sir.
Right on. Well, Rupert, is there anything else we got?
I think that's all I've got. Do we have any additional races coming up today? Let me try to check that real quick. If for those of you interested in more races.
Baby, you gotta love me some races.
That is not the link. Hang on.
Well, I hope everyone watching enjoyed, and thanks for watching. And yeah, these guys are awesome. Go give them a follow if you want to. We got TheHaxor and narfman. Yeah, great at SMB3.
Thanks you guys for doing the commentary last minute. I know it was kind of interesting going into the stream, but appreciate it.
Yeah, I hosted the channel, and I was like, wait a minute, no one's talking. I was like, all right, okay, what are we gonna do here?
Yeah, I wasn't super busy. I hadn't planned on doing any commentary, and I was like, we need somebody. So I was like, okay, I can hop in there. So it looks like there aren't any more races today. So it looks like the next race is going to be tomorrow at 8 a.m. Eastern. With it'll be Zogman versus Outside Lutz.
Ooh.
So that should be an interesting race. And then
the one, LK versus the Cole. I'll be doing commentary for that. That has potential to be a very good race. I think that race is actually a lot closer than it looks.
Yeah, that definitely could be. The Colts, you know, putting down some pretty good runs lately. He, I think, well, he's a little newer to the category as well. He was actually both of those were participants in the SMB1 tournament, and actually both of them did very well in that. Actually, the Cole got 4th place in that, and LK's a pretty established player as well. So. So that has the potential for being a very close race. It is at 10 a.m. tomorrow. For both of the races I mentioned, this looks like it's not specified which Speed Gaming channel it's going to be on, but that should be updated at some point. And then that looks like that's all for the races on Sunday. Oh, no, there is one more. It's at 8 p.m. It's Kerbo versus, is it Brosis? If I said that wrong, I apologize.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think I say Brosis too. I think that's
okay.
Pronounced it. I'm not exactly sure, but I can only try so much.
I want to see Kerbo get that sub-hour in that race. Come on, Kerbo, you can do it.
You got it, Kerbo. Both people, I want them to get a PB. I want everyone to get PBs.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. But I'm gonna have to call it there, guys. I had a lot of fun. I got a couple other things I got left to do, so congrats to everyone. You guys did great, and good luck with your future practicing. You know, if you ever need any help, let us know. The Mario 3 community will definitely help you out. And yeah, thank you, Rupert. That was fun.
Yeah,
fun
thanks
getting to hang out with you.
Yeah, thanks for hopping in here.
Yeah, no problem. Take it easy, guys.
Thanks all. Bye.
Have a good one.
Yep, thanks a lot, guys. And I think that's going to wrap it up for us. Be sure to follow the runner. I can't type on my keyboard. Be sure to follow the runners. If you want to follow us, the commentary, you can do that as well. But I'm sure both of those runners appreciate any support that you give them. So I believe that's going to wrap it up here. Thanks for watching, and hope to see you around for the next race tomorrow. Have a good one, everyone.